The video of Zach's walk was shared on the Epilepsy Society's social media. It got a ton of views. Messages of support poured in. Then the internet showed its darker side. Internet trolls posted flashing images and GIFs on the Epilepsy Society's Twitter account. They knew exactly what they were doing. Flashing images can trigger seizures in people with epilepsy. They tagged the posts with keywords that would be picked up by anyone who lived with the condition.
You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, TikTok, you up to bat. Bah!
Bitch, I'm drowning up in it. Most of you niggas is lazy. Half of you niggas fugazi. Yeah, I be spitting that crack shit, cause I was born in the 80s.
It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water. You already know what it is, man. Think rich in 2026. Think rich in 2026. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. Don't forget to do these steps, my people. You know what I'm saying? You make it to the end of this one, you a real one for real, because we got some creepy, mysterious, some type of wild stuff going on in this one. So I got a TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, you can binge watch, but I'm gonna just tell you, like, hey, proceed with caution, because there's some stuff in here. There's some stuff in here. But let's go ahead and get into it. Fire Squad, what's poppin'? Let's get it. Before we get back into the video, I want to tell you guys a quick and easy way that you can make money just by playing games on your phone. Free Cash is a program that helps games and apps to find new users. So how it works is the companies get paid just from you playing the games. But where Free Cash comes in is they take some of that money and they reroute it to you. Now, this is not a get rich quick scheme. You actually have to play the games to actually get the money. So you can either hit the link in my description or you can use a QR code on the screen. Super easy to sign up. All you need is an email and a password. If you use the link, they'll give you $5 immediately to your account, credited to your account by using the link. And it's super easy to withdraw. You can either withdraw through Bitcoin, PayPal, or bank transfer. Super easy. Most people is making like $10 to $20 a day. But if you got some time, you can really lock in. You can see that this game right here is paying $1,020 just to complete it. So it's games out there where you can make some money for real, but you got to lock in and put the time in though. So if you already use your phone to play games and stuff like that, let that phone actually make some money for you too. So make sure you hit that link in the description, hit the QR code, make some easy money, man. Shout out to the squad. Peace.
This channel has just completely broken YouTube. Their channel handle is ShinY, but it doesn't have a channel name. Their location is set to North Korea, but YouTube isn't available in North Korea. The title of their latest video is simply ? How? According to the timestamp, their latest video is 1,234,567 hours and 30 minutes and 0 seconds long, which is impossible. And then when you click on the video, it is 12 hours, 34 minutes and 56 seconds long, which is still impossible. And it's also the tiniest video on YouTube, being 0 pixels high and 0 pixels wide. They also have a video in a playlist that's due to premiere in the past. And there are over 400 people stuck in there right now. And that's the secret. All of this confusion has made the channel go viral. Everyone is talking about this on YouTube, coming up with their own explanations, theories, and conspiracies. The channel now has over 250,000 subscribers and over 5 million views, and all from a blank screen.
It started the way these things often do, with a single video that I stumbled across on YouTube. At first glance, it appeared to be a newscast, but as I watched, it quickly became clear that something was off.
Whoa. Whoa.
The faces were blurred, the audio was warped, the visuals were damaged by compression artifacts, and strange symbols flashed across the screen. But the oddest thing of all was the numbers. Integers in the title, digits in the description, a sequence of numerals spoken aloud by a monotone robotic voice. There were numbers everywhere. At first, I thought this might be an AI-generated video, but that couldn't be the case, as it was posted nearly a decade ago in 2016. The video was uploaded to a mysterious channel that I've since come to know as 312. And this channel is full of bizarre videos, with uncanny visuals and garbled audio. The only thing that seems to connect them is the persistence of numbers. Every single video has them.
1, 6, 3, 2,
Hell nah.
0.
Yet, there is another dimension to this channel that further intrigued me, the dedicated following of the viewers. This isn't some obscure project lost to time. Instead, there are hundreds of comments on these videos. By reading them, we can see that this community shares a uniquely powerful bond. Some speak of the channel like it was fate that brought us together, that we are the chosen ones, that the video found us. But others have theories about the channel itself. Maybe it's the subliminal manipulation of consciousness, an attempt to wake us up. Perhaps it's designed to activate sleeper agents. Some even suggest that the channel has a non-human origin.
Hell nah.
I've spent a lot of time on YouTube, but I've never seen anything quite like this. The more I watched, the more I found myself drawn into the mystery. Without realizing it, I began to feel like I too was a part of the community, and that I was deeply connected to the channel. And for some intuitive reason that I don't quite know how to express, I could not shake the idea that these numbers were meaningful. Some deep part of me knew that this wasn't random. It was an attempt at communication. And more than anything, I needed to understand what it was saying.
Needed to understand. Get off.
The Jack froze emails. Imagine checking your email on a normal afternoon, only to find a new message waiting for you from a friend who has been dead for 5 months. This is exactly what happened to a man named Tim Hart in November of 2011. The email came from the account of his best friend Jack Froze, who had passed away suddenly from a heart problem back in June of that same year at the age of 32. The subject line of the email simply said, "I am watching." The message inside was short and terrifying because it asked Tim if he could hear him and told him to clean his attic. This was disturbing because shortly before Jack died, they had been up in Tim's attic together, and Jack teased him about how dusty and dirty the attic was. No one else knew about that conversation, so it felt impossible that anyone else could have sent that message. Still, a single coincidence like this might not be that unlikely. For example, the account could have been hacked, and the hacker might have said, "Clean your room," for no particular reason. However, on the same night, another email was sent to Jack's cousin named Jimmy McGraw. Jimmy had broken his ankle just 1 week before receiving the email. The message asked him how he was doing and said he knew Jimmy was going to break his ankle and that he tried to warn him. It also told him to say hello to another cousin they called Rock. Jimmy broke his ankle months after Jack had already died, so there was no way Jack could have known about the injury while he was alive. People came up with several theories to explain these messages, and one of the most logical ones suggested that Jack used a special service that lets you write emails today that get sent automatically after some time. He might have scheduled them to send 5 months later, which would explain the attic comment if he wrote it right after visiting Tim. However, it does not perfectly explain the broken ankle message. The only explanation for that is a strange coincidence where Jack predicted an injury or made a lucky guess in a scheduled message. Some people suggested it might have been one of Jack's friends, but they would have had to know about the discussion he had with Tim. When asked, they all said they didn't have the login information. To this day, nobody knows for sure who pressed the send button or how the writer knew such specific details about the lives of the people left behind.
That's crazy.
Let's talk about the Reddit user who was driven insane over the theory of quantum immortality. u/AFH43 was just a regular guy on Reddit. He was active in a lot of different subreddits relating to sneakers, streetwear, and producing music. Now before I go on, if you don't know what quantum immortality is, it's basically the theory that when you die, a new timeline is created where you live and your subjective experience lives on, making you theoretically immortal. His first post regarding quantum immortality would be posted on r/askphysics. The theory of quantum immortality has driven me to a state of pure anxiety and terror over the last week. Is it true? Has it been debunked? I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And from there, he would spam a bunch of different communities about the topic. Basically any community relating to physics, science, philosophy, or sometimes even communities just about general advice. He would be searching for some sort of answer. And the truly sad part is that this theory that he was desperately searching to disprove has never been proven, and if anything, it's highly unlikely. But for whatever reason, it made complete sense to him, and he had already convinced himself that it was true. His last post would be in the r/AskScience subreddit, a community that he went to numerous times looking to disprove this theory. He wrote, "Quantum immortality, I'm unaliving myself soon. It's too much, I can't do it anymore." To be honest, this one's really sad, and it just shows how powerful your mind is. It kind of reminds me of the saying, it's easier to fool someone than convince them that they've been fooled.
And all you gotta do is solve the hardest internet puzzle in existence. In 2012, an anonymous user posted this message to a chat room challenging intelligent people to find the hidden message inside of it. Within minutes of it being posted, someone had found a hidden link inside of the image, which brought them to another image with another hidden message. And as soon as they got through this one, it brought them to many, many more, eventually giving way to physical locations around the globe.
Snap.
But every time someone had a breakthrough, it just brought them back into another puzzle that they had to solve that would bring them to another puzzle, and it went on and on. The world's best hackers worked tirelessly to be the first person to find the prize at the end of the scavenger hunt, but no one reported finding anything. A month after that first post went up, the same anonymous user announced that they had found their winners and that the puzzle was now shut off. Every January since 2012, they've launched a new puzzle, and every year someone wins and we never know what the prize is because apparently it's worth staying silent for.
Who actually uses 4chan, and why is it Taylor Swift? There's a theory on the internet that Taylor Swift was an active user of 4chan in the early 2010s. This is allegedly one of her first posts on the site, hinting towards that. On December 18th, 2011, an anon makes a post writing, "Hi/B, I am one of the 50 most famous people on the planet. Ask me anything except my name." They also add, "I'm famous for being an entertainer. As far as that stat goes, I'm being conservative. The numbers suggest that I'm doing much better than top 50. People would start digging and eventually find this post made in 2009 that simply reads, "Hi/B, I'm feeling down. Please make me smile." Now clearly in the attached photograph, the girl has blonde hair and it looks like she's sitting on a black couch with wooden shutters behind her. And what do you know, in a YouTube video, Taylor Swift is seen with the exact same background.
Snap.
This could easily be a coincidence. I don't think wooden shutters or black sofas are rare, but it is kind of funny how similar these two spots look. Then on December 28th, 2011, this picture was posted to 4chan. This user writes on their tablet, "Sup/B, nothing quite like a freezing cold, wintry beach." And later that day, Taylor tweets the exact same thing, "Nothing quite like a freezing cold, wintry beach." But the strongest piece of evidence for this theory, in my opinion, is this post made on November 6th, 2011. Anon writes, "Trips names my new kitten." 4chan doesn't use usernames. Instead, every post is marked with a posting number. Dubs refers to getting the same number twice in a row in that posting number, which is already incredibly rare, and trips refers to getting the same number repeated 3 times in a row. While a user in that thread gets trips, the number 9 is repeated 3 times in a row, and they suggest to name the cat Meredith. And literally the next day, on November 7th, Taylor Swift announces her new baby kitten, Meredith. So was Taylor Swift an active 4chaner? I don't know, but it definitely seems possible. Let me know what you guys think though. Was she regularly browsing /B, or are these all just coincidences?
What is /B and 4chaner?
This might be the strangest website that you'll ever hear about.
Okay,
this is the image you're greeted to when you open Gandalf.com. If you click on it, the picture zooms in and text appears reading, "Gandalf is busy, please go away." And if you click again, it'll give you the option to email rqs@gandalf.com. The first mention I could find of this website online was this 4chan thread posted in October of 2018. It was then mentioned on Reddit 3 years ago in 2021 in the ARG subreddit, a subreddit dedicated to discussing alternate reality games. This user apparently thinks that it could be one, but it doesn't seem like that to me for a variety of reasons. But he went into the Wayback Machine, a program that allows you to see older versions of the internet that have been archived. And it seems like this website has gone completely unchanged for 24 years now. This website is older than me. The next time I can find Gandalf.com being mentioned is in the Unresolved Mysteries subreddit 2 years ago. OP here just says that he has a vague memory of the website in 2013. He was in a computer class in elementary school when him and some friends stumbled across the website, and then just mentions how the website functions. This guy also views the website in the Wayback Machine and says that the last update was October 8th, 2000, and since then the website has remained completely unchanged. So why was this mysterious website created? Why has it not been updated in over 20 years, and why is it still active? Well, the answer is nobody knows. Nobody knows what this website's intended purpose was or who created or owns it. And if you try to Google it, there's basically no information about it anywhere. The only thing that really pops up is one of the Reddit threads that I just covered here. We'll probably never know what Gandalf.com is or why it was created, but what do you think it was for, and why do you think that someone would pay money to keep this thing running for over 20 years?
I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know.
2011, a Reddit user by the name of A858 posted for the first time under their new subreddit with the same name. These posts were made up of long strings of random letter and number combinations that were uploaded daily. The user and his subreddit would go unnoticed for about a year before they started to gain some popularity. But once they did, Redditors started to notice small bits of information that made them question the true intent behind the posts. Whether it was the obscurity of the posts or just the mass quantity of them, something about them was intriguing to people. And soon enough, a dedicated team of computer science students, amateur codebreakers, and Redditors alike combined forces in an attempt to solve the mystery of r/A858.
Why?
Other than these strange letter and number combinations, there was very little for the Reddit community to work with when it came to figuring out the purpose of this weird account. Some even doubted that there was any reason behind them at all. After all, the internet is full of many bizarre and pointless things. Was A858 just another troll, or could their puzzles actually contain important data and be a window into a world we were never meant to see?
I don't know.
To begin with, the creator kept the subreddit private, and only those who were deemed worthy were allowed in. However, a sister subreddit called r/solvinga858 was created as a hub for curious minds, and this likely led to the floodgates opening and r/A858 eventually being opened up to all. Despite this huge wave of interest though, there were thousands of sequences to dig through, and to this day only a handful of them have ever been solved.
The Kinder Surprise commercial aired in 1983. It began with the Eggman sitting on a wall. It was an obvious reference to Humpty Dumpty's nursery rhyme. Almost immediately, the Eggman started shouting nonsense words.
Yibbo shaky. Me unscrabbly. Shock-a-doobie!
He unwrapped the Kinder Surprise and found the toy inside. All this time, he was still speaking gibberish.
Yodel yum and choco scrum with multi-pump level dice! Oh, grubbly!
His excitement kept building. The Eggman waved his arms wildly. Then he lost his balance and fell backward off the wall. It was a direct nod to Humpty Dumpty's fall. The Kinder logo appeared. The commercial ended. It was meant to be silly and fun, but instead it came across as bizarre and unsettling. Not long after it aired, complaints started pouring in. Parents said their kids were terrified of the Eggman's creepy face. And it wasn't just a few kids, it was thousands. Eventually, TV stations had to act. After many complaints, networks stopped airing the ad. It was unofficially banned. Eventually, Kinder decided to pull the commercial completely. By then, it already had a reputation as one of the creepiest candy ads ever made. But that wasn't the end of the story.
Bizarre mysteries and crimes that were solved by using Google Earth. In 2006, a small plane carrying 2 passengers went missing over the skies of Arizona. But the 2 passengers didn't follow flight plan, so no one knew what their route was, which made finding the crash site very difficult. But 3 years later, some cyber sleuths used Google Earth to find out the direction the plane was headed and eventually found the location of the lost plane crash. When David and his family weren't home, thieves stole their new camping trailer, which was sitting in their driveway. There were no suspects in the case until a year later when David's 11-year-old son looked up their house on Google Earth. It had captured the criminal on their driveway moments before the crime took place. The police would use this photo to find and arrest the suspect.
That's wild.
Chipchon. Back in 2008, internet users stumbled upon a live video stream of a woman sleeping in a chair in a cluttered apartment. She didn't move for 12 or even 20 hours at a time, and it wasn't a one-time event, but something she had been doing almost every day for over a decade. Her room was filled with handmade signs written in Korean, and she spent her life in front of a webcam. However, the reason she streamed is what makes this mystery so disturbing. Chipchon claimed she was being held hostage by a corrupt police officer she called P. She believed that P had implanted a mind control weapon into her body, specifically in her ankle or foot. She called this device a Very chip, and according to her, the chip allowed P to see through her eyes, hear what she heard, and completely control her body. Viewers watched her fall asleep in very uncomfortable positions for distinct periods of time, almost as if a switch was flipped. Chipchon used to insist she was not sleeping, but that the officer was using the weapon to knock her unconscious. Over the years, she used her webcam to document this. She showed severe rashes and wounds on her legs, which she claimed were caused by the mind control weapon. She said that P prevented those injuries from healing. On the rare occasions she left her apartment, she filmed police officers and patrol cars because she was convinced they were stalking her. There are a few theories about what was actually happening. Some people thought she might have been a dedicated internet troll playing a character, but she has kept this up for so many years without making money that it seems unlikely. Others worry she was telling the truth and is a victim of abuse. However, the most common theory is that she was suffering from a severe mental illness, such as schizophrenia or narcolepsy. This would explain her paranoia about being watched and her irregular sleeping habits. To this day, her true identity remains a mystery. 112 Dirtbag. Around February 8th and 9th in 2012, a truly strange video appeared on YouTube that disturbed many people. It showed a man in a dark room laughing in a very disturbing way for no apparent reason. At the end of the clip, the words "Happy Anniversary" appeared on the screen. While this might seem like just another weird internet video, the date it was posted and the name of the user made people suspect something much darker. The video was uploaded exactly 8 years after a young nursing student named Maura Murray disappeared. On February 9th, 2004, Maura crashed her car on Route 112 in New Hampshire. She vanished from the scene before before police arrived and has never been found. Her father later told the news that he believed dirtbags were responsible for taking her. The YouTube user who posted the laughing video went by the name 112 Dirtbag. So basically, the name combined the road where Maura crashed with the specific word her father used to describe her possible kidnappers. This connection led many people to wonder if the man in the video knew what happened to her or if he was actually responsible for her disappearance. The user posted other strange videos too. One video showed a ticket for a ski resort called Bretton Woods, and the date on the ticket was February 11th, 2004, which was just 2 days after Maura went missing. This video was deleted shortly after it was uploaded, which only made people more suspicious. Another video featured a strange drawing of a face with numbers and a red shape next to it. An author who researched the case believed this drawing was actually a clue. He thought the shape looked like a specific building at the ski resort, and that the drawing might be a map hinting at where Maura's body was hidden. He noticed the face on the map looked very similar to the layout of a golf course at that same resort. Police did investigate the man behind the account, and they questioned him, but ultimately did not find any evidence linking him to the crime. Many people now believe he was simply a man with mental health issues who wanted attention by inserting himself into a famous missing person case.
There's something very strange happening on the YouTube channel Vampire Robot. It uploads old footage, like from the 70s, 80s, 90s, stuff you don't normally see in this quality.
Check this out. I can invite him while he's playing another game.
Footage from the 90s is usually blurry, compressed, but this, it's different.
Helicopter. Sweet. Run in the van.
Oh man, that's sick, yo.
It's like they're uploading straight from the original camera source. No VHS degradation, no TV broadcast compression. It's just raw footage.
Shop for anything else?
How the hell they get
No contact info, no copyright claims. They just upload. And people use the footage a lot. It's become kind of a archive, a resource for people who want to see what things were really like. It makes you wonder though, where did all of this come from? And why share it like this? It's an absolute goldmine of nostalgia, but there's tons of mysteries surrounding the channel owner. Nobody knows who they are, how they got the footage, or how long they're going to be able to continue uploading.
Excuse me.
That's crazy. That joint is clear as hell. That is some craziness.
The 4chan body coordinates. Back in 2013, a stranger with the nickname TQ8 had posted a set of coordinates on 4chan for an abandoned industrial area in Tennessee and said that anyone brave enough to walk into warehouse number 3 would find a prize waiting. It was posted on the paranormal board, so at first the thread looked like any other attempt to scare people, but then it became progressively more serious. 18 minutes later, the original poster came back and complained that no one had gone to the spot yet, and he posted photos that worried even the most skeptical users. The pictures looked too realistic and had never been seen anywhere online. One showed what looked like a dead body, another showed rubble inside a warehouse, and another showed a strange note. The poster kept calling the body his friend and said the prize was hidden under plastic. 5 days later, a new user who called himself Alex said he had gone to the coordinates. He began sending photos he took on his phone as he walked through the warehouse, and his first updates made it sound like he had looked around the main floor and found nothing. Then he discovered stairs that went down into a basement made of dirt. He said that tunnels had been dug in the ground and walls. He saw scrap metal, wires, and piles of random objects. At one point, he heard noises and what sounded like a slow car moving on the gravel above him. That made him think that someone else was nearby, maybe the same person from the original thread. Nonetheless, Alex continued deeper until he found a plastic bag holding what looked like old animal bones and a folded paper plate with a warning written on it. Under the plastic, he found a tied-up animal. He took more photos of pill bottles, loose wires, foam pieces, and even a mailbox full of more animal parts. Then he started to look for a way out, periodically updating what was happening on 4chan. He said he tried climbing through something he thought was a window, but it turned out to be a vent. Then he posted a message saying he was turning around and running back through the wood door. After that, he never posted again. As people tried to understand what happened, they noticed something they had skipped earlier. Before going to the warehouse, Alex had written about meeting a strange man at Walmart. The man had asked if he used 4chan, and when Alex said yes, the man told him to meet behind the store at 11 p.m. Later, when users checked the area, they realized the Walmart was right next to the same warehouses from the original post. That meant the man who talked to Alex in the parking lot was almost certainly the same person who posted as TQ8. A pastebin link had a picture Alex had taken of the man. It showed a white man with glasses and a beard standing next to an old truck with the abandoned factory visible in the background, so everything matched the location. Then something surprising happened. The original poster returned and wrote that Alex was alive. He said that Alex was a friend and said he would prove it by showing a new photo with a timestamp, but only if users solved a puzzle. He posted a strange sound clip and another message written in Icelandic. People translated it and learned it said something about a body buried behind a fence with skulls. Then he posted a picture of a farm. farm. Users argued about whether he was saying he had killed Alex or trying to trick other victims to the place. He also posted a long number string, and then he disappeared again, leaving everyone confused. For years, the case remained unsolved, and some users even went to the warehouse in person and took their own pictures, but found nothing unusual. Others studied the timing of Alex's uploads, saying he posted too quickly for someone walking through a dark basement while typing on a phone, which made some believe the whole thing was fake. But another user pointed out that the image sizes from Alex and from TQ8 came from different devices, which suggested that the photos at least were not edited in the same way. Someone eventually created a website called the Alex Archives to gather every detail. The site later went offline, but an old saved version suggested that the people working on it believed Alex was dead and that a person named Corey Saylor had been connected to the case. The page ended with a message that sounded like they had quit the search. As the case became more and more famous, one investigator decided to hire a forensic linguist, which is an expert who studies writing style, to see if two pieces of writing come from the same person. The expert compared Alex's writing and TQ8's writing, and something finally came up. They noticed that both sets of posts use the same unusual sentence style, the same strange punctuation, and the same vocabulary. They also said that both writers likely used a computer, not a phone. The expert concluded that it was highly likely that Alex and TQ8 were the same person. If that's indeed the case, then the entire story might have been created by one person pretending to be two different people, probably for fun, just to create an online legend.
People are, what the hell, for fun?
Google Maps help messages. In early 2025, one discovery on Google Maps in Los Angeles spread quickly online and became a viral mystery. In a rail yard near Dodger Stadium, the word help could be seen written again and again in giant letters. Nearby were other words, including federal and LAPD. Each letter had been carefully built using long pipes or large wooden boards. When people first noticed the writing, theories began to spread immediately. Some thought it was a real cry for help, maybe from people trapped or being forced to work. The fact that the writing was inside a Union Pacific rail yard fueled more suspicion. Los Angeles railways have a history of theft and crime, and some feared this was connected to organized trafficking or forced labor. People contacted the LAPD, who quickly went to check the site. And around the same time, a social media user visited the rail yard with a camera to film what it looked like from the ground. What he found changed everything. The rail yard was surrounded by homeless encampments, and even though the area was supposed to be fenced off, a large hole in the fence made it easy to enter. Local homeless residents explained that the writing wasn't a signal from victims at all. It was the work of another homeless man who had been creating these giant messages for years. The LAPD later confirmed this story. They said they had spoken to the man many times before and had even offered him both housing and mental health support, but he always refused. Have you dreamed of this man? In 2008, a website appeared asking a simple question: have you dreamed of this man? The site quickly filled with short, eerie stories from people who claimed they had. Posters with the same sketch and the same question even began showing up in cities. Within a year, the mystery had gone viral. More than 10,000 people had written to the site, saying they too had seen him in their sleep. Soon, the idea that this man was part of some real, supernatural phenomenon started gaining traction. On forums like 4chan, users decided to investigate, and they actually found the solution. A reverse IP lookup of the website showed it was connected to a guerrilla marketing company, a group that promotes ideas or products through unusual and attention-grabbing stunts. This raised suspicion that the Dream Man wasn't real at all, but simply a creation. In 2010, the site's creator, Italian sociologist and marketer Andrea Nutella, admitted that the whole thing was a stunt. He said the drawing was based on his father and that the early dream testimonials were not real, but he never explained what the campaign was supposed to promote, and the website was simply left online. Not everyone who emailed the site was lying, though. Many people probably did dream about the man, but it might have just been a mental suggestion after seeing the image and hearing the stories.
Shay St. John, a series of deeply disturbing videos featuring a mannequin character traumatized early internet users and influenced an entire generation of online horror. But the creator's identity remains unknown. Between 2001 and 2008, dozens of videos appeared online starring Shay St. John, a character made from mannequin parts, doll heads, and crude prosthetics. The videos showed Shay in mundane situations, like ordering fast food or talking on the phone, but everything felt wrong. The character moved unnaturally, spoke in a distorted voice, and often engaged in disturbing behavior. The amateur production style made the content feel authentic and deeply unsettling. What made Shay St. John unique was the commitment to the character. Someone created an entire mythology, including backstory, personality traits, and consistent behavior patterns. The videos predated most internet horror content and established many tropes that later became standard in creepypasta culture. The videos stopped appearing in 2008 with no explanation. Despite extensive investigation by internet communities, no one has identified the creator or discovered what inspired the project. The character influenced countless horror creators, but remains a complete mystery.
Post-it notes. On April 15th, 2015, a man who used the username R. Bradbury had a really strange experience. He lived alone, but that morning he found a post-it note on his desk with a list of chores written on it. The handwriting was not his. At first, he tried to ignore it.
He lived alone but found a post-it note with chores on his desk? What?
Morning, he found a post-it note on his desk with a list of chores written on it. The handwriting was not his. At first, he tried to ignore it, but a few days later, another post-it appeared, this time stuck to the back of his chair. It said, "Save your documents." This was the moment when the search truly began. Bradbury started to believe that someone was secretly entering his apartment and leaving these notes. So to find out who it was, he set up a webcam to record his desk. But the situation only grew stranger. On April 20th, he woke up to another post-it. It read, "Our landlord isn't letting me talk to you, but it's important we do." Shocked, he rushed to check the webcam recordings, but the video files on his computer were gone. It looked as if someone had deleted them. Soon after, even more post-it notes appeared, this time covering his doors, but they were all blank. Bradbury began to suspect his landlord, thinking that the handwriting on the notes looked similar to his landlord's. Not knowing what else to do, he turned to Reddit for advice. He posted on the subreddit r/legal advice, explaining his situation and asking whether he could press charges against his landlord. The post quickly gained a lot of attention, and the most common suggestion was that Bradbury might be sleepwalking and writing the notes himself without realizing it. Then, a Reddit user named Kakerlak noticed something important in one of Bradbury's earlier posts. Bradbury had mentioned that he slept in a small bedroom with no windows. Kakerlak asked, "Do you get bad headaches?" And Bradbury admitted that he often did. That is when Kakerlak suggested another possible explanation: carbon monoxide poisoning. Carbon monoxide is a dangerous gas that cannot be seen or smelled. In a poorly ventilated room, it can build up without anyone noticing, and breathing it in can cause confusion, memory loss, and even hallucinations. In serious cases, it can be deadly. Bradbury decided to test this theory, so he bought a carbon monoxide detector and plugged it in. Immediately, the alarm went off. His apartment was filled with the gas, and he had been breathing it the entire time. The notes were real, but he had been writing them himself while poisoned, then forgetting he had done it. The missing webcam recordings were not deleted by an intruder. The software he used simply was not saving the files. As for the handwriting, Bradbury later realized he had not compared it to his landlord's at all, but to a letter from his mother.
What in the hell?
No, it's Monopoly. You can do that. It's fine. Yes, Holy or they know I'm like, oh, it's there's a little hand. Look, there's two little hands. Dude, it's like starting to like wig out. Man, dude, what the My camera's off, dude. The screen's like completely black, dude. No, it's completely black.
Whoa, what the hell is that?
Over a decade ago, a group of short, 10 to 30 second clips would be uploaded by a YouTube account named SNCH. These videos showed what appeared to be a normal friend group just having fun and goofing off, as any young men do. However, the videos would quickly begin to take an unsettling turn as they went on, leaving behind a mystery that would puzzle viewers for over a decade. And with the channel having completely stopped uploading in 2016, it remained unclear if it would ever be solved, until today. The channel's first video was of some friends in a car waiting for their other friend to get back from buying alcohol at a liquor store. The person talking is named Tyler, who is the one filming all of these videos.
Sent our friend in there to get alcohol. He's surrounded.
What are we, 15? Whoa, look at the mole on the side of her head. Dude, look at the mole on the side of her head.
That's mean to say.
What do you mean?
I'm not.
She's the nicest lady that walked in there, I bet.
He made it! He's here!
The guy in the Best Buy shirt is named David, the friend they were waiting for to get alcohol, and another one of the core members of the friend group.
He's gonna make. I gotta put unlock. There you go. He's got it. He's got the stuff. Hey.
It's here where they give us the actual reason for why they were recording.
I'm just gonna record random things and see if something happens. It's funny. It's gonna be 100 of these videos.
The next series of videos just shows them messing around in a car, singing songs, and just playing around. They finally arrive home to begin playing a board game, when suddenly...
Come on, man.
They finally arrive home to begin playing a board game, when suddenly...
Bring him here, bring him here. Alright.
Play you? Really?
Yeah, shuffle these and we're gonna do our little objectives. Do it,
Did you guys hear that?
What is that?
I don't know, it's like making a really bright, like, dude. It's like starting to, like, wig out.
It only affects Tyler. Boom. Boom. Do it.
What the fuck, dude? I don't, dude, I have no idea.
A baby monitor starts going off. They also notice that the baby monitor seems to become much louder whenever Tyler, the cameraman, is near it. Mason is the third friend in the friend group. He's a bearded white guy on the left. They continue to mess around with the baby monitor, wondering why it's acting so strangely. They unplug it to try and see if they can get it to stop being so loud, when surprisingly, it remains working even after having been plugged out.
Wow.
They then start messing around with the baby monitor even more, mocking it by saying, "Charlie, Charlie, are you there?" Which, if you don't know, is a very old trend where you would try to summon a ghost to give you answers to questions, similar to a Ouija board.
No.
This trend was popular in 2015, which really shows the age of the series. They messed with it a bit more, then completely stopped what they were doing to have a random conversation about taking a boat to Cuba from Florida. They also indirectly reveal that the story takes place in Florida.
It was right below Florida. All we would have to do is take a boat down to Cuba.
My camera's like, what the fuck, dude? Holy sh! I have no fucking clue. I'm not checking that fucking door, dude. I'm not fucking checking that door. Dude,
After hearing the mysterious noise coming from another room, David goes to investigate, but becomes too scared and makes Tyler do it.
Oh, snap.
Fuck, man. Dude, what the fuck? My camera's off, dude. The fucking screen's like completely black, dude. No, it's completely black.
Ooh.
Did you catch that?
Yes, who the hell
In this
is that?
video, a figure can be seen staring into the window, watching the guys, when it suddenly notices it's in their field of view. It then vanishes into the darkness. They finally muster the courage to go into the room and check what's going on when the video abruptly ends. The next video seemingly has no connection to what just happened and appears to be a black screen with heavy static, perhaps the same static that came from the baby monitor playing. To recap what we have just seen, a trio of friends, Tyler the cameraman, Mason the bearded guy, and David the Best Buy guy are driving and messing around when they decide to start recording just in case anything interesting happens, and experience many paranormal phenomena, such as a baby monitor going off, especially when it's near Tyler, and hearing a loud noise from another room which frightens them. They also are being watched by someone or something in the window who the boys don't seem to notice and who does not want to be discovered by them, since they move quickly out of view once the camera is in their direction, implying all they want to do is watch. Something that is also very strange about this whole channel is the way they uploaded these videos. You see, none of these videos are actually in order. They're a scattered mess that you have to piece together yourself to make sense of. The titles of these videos that I've showed you so far are just a random sequence of numbers, the type that your phone automatically generates whenever you record a video, suggesting that the uploader did not have any sort of plan for these videos, since they didn't even bother coming up with the title. Maybe it really was a sort of random decision to start recording considering this. The boys don't post again for an entire year, but when they do, they completely ignore the events that happened a year ago as if they never existed. The new videos consist of 16 uploads, this time with a twist. Instead of the randomly generated titles that are prevalent in the last series, every title is now encoded in base 64, which when decoded brings about a secret message, which every video has. I also notice that whenever Tyler moves by the refrigerator in the store, it seems to open by itself. This can probably be more reasonably explainable through the idea that someone else out of view is opening another fridge door, causing a shift in air pressure that slightly opens one that we can see on camera momentarily. Eventually, they leave and something interesting is seen.
She was asking what shirt I had on. The shirt? Yeah. She's like, is that regular show?
Why is this stuff mysterious? What the hell?
We found his baby bottle.
A baby bottle waits right outside of the store. Now we have a running theme here. From the baby monitor going off, to the small hand seen in the next door window, to the baby bottle right outside of the store, we obviously can tell that the group is being haunted by a baby.
Wow.
Just kidding. What we can make out is that this whole thing is probably an elaborate hoax or a made-up story making the group appear as if they are being haunted due to all the paranormal phenomena surrounding them. On the slim possibility that they are really being haunted, then it could be Tyler who is the source of all this, considering that he seems to be the most affected by these events. Perhaps something happened in the past where he had a baby who had died or a mother who died while pregnant. Let's just see what happens.
Stay alright. This is fucking bullshit. Every time we play this goddamn game, you're not gonna form an alliance together and
We're not gonna form an alliance. No,
but
it's Monopoly. You can do that.
You can't
It's
do
fine.
that. You can't.
Yes, you. You can do that.
You can't
It's
do
fine.
that. You can't.
Yes, you. Holy shit!
What happened?
Oh my god! What the fuck was that?
that?
I found my
What
phone.
the fuck is that? What the fuck your phone, dude?
What do you mean?
Fuck your phone.
My phone.
Dude, the fucking door just got ripped off the fucking room.
What?
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, it's outside the door. It's outside the door.
It's outside. It's coming.
A loud noise is heard in the background. The lights shut off, and the door is blasted right out of the doorframe.
Whoa.
The group waits silently while something is right outside of the door. The very last video is just a blank screen, which when put through a spectrogram, reveals this image. Tyler and a woman resting on his shoulder. The SNCH channel never posted again after this, leaving behind a mystery of what happened to them, whether or not it was fake, and what, if it was real, was haunting them for over a decade. Now that we've seen the entirety of the story, there are a few things to go over. The store that they visit is this Publix in Lanai Acres, Florida. They mentioned earlier that they're from Florida, so it's likely Lanai Acres is where the story takes place.
Zach's Law exists because someone posted an image on Twitter. It doesn't sound dangerous, but there was something about that image that could have caused millions of medical emergencies. To understand why, we need to start with the boy the law was named after, Zach Eagling. Zach was an 8-year-old boy living in the United Kingdom, but his life was very different from most kids his age. He was born with 2 medical conditions, cerebral palsy and epilepsy. This made everyday tasks difficult. Even simple movements took effort, but Zach didn't let that define him. He wanted to help others facing the same challenges, so he decided to raise money for the Epilepsy Society, a charity that supports people with that condition. Zach planned a sponsored walk. He would walk 2.6 kilometers in laps around his backyard, and he was going to do it without his walking aid. Zach hoped it would inspire people to donate. It did. Unfortunately, it also inspired evil people to act. The sponsored walk was scheduled for May 2020. Zach's mother filmed him as he slowly moved around the backyard. It was his longest distance he had ever walked on his own, and he succeeded. The video of Zach's walk was shared on the Epilepsy Society's social media. It got a ton of views. Messages of support poured in. Then the internet showed its darker side. Internet trolls posted flashing images and GIFs on the Epilepsy Society's Twitter account. They knew exactly what they were doing. Flashing images can trigger seizures in people with epilepsy. They tagged the posts with keywords that would be picked up by anyone who lived with the condition. Fortunately, Zach didn't have a medical emergency that day, but others weren't as lucky. Many reported seizures after seeing the posts. The Epilepsy Society reported the attack to the police, but officers said there was little they could do. There was no clear law against intentionally triggering medical emergencies online. That's when Zach's mother realized something had to change. Zach's family and the Epilepsy Society launched a campaign to protect people with the condition from online harm. They took their case to lawmakers in the UK, and in 2023, Zach's Law was passed in the UK. The law also places responsibility on social media platforms.
That's dope. That's crazy.
In February 2009, a new channel appeared on YouTube, but their first video was so disturbing that it left viewers feeling disgusted and angry. A man using the name Catch Me Killer posted a video saying he was responsible for several unsolved crimes. The YouTuber blurred his face and distorted his voice so no one could identify him. And then he began his confession. He claimed he'd taken the lives of 16 women and hidden the remains. Although he said he was confessing, there was no regret in his voice. Instead, he sounded proud. The end of the video was the worst part. This mystery man issued a challenge to everyone watching.
The Catch Me Killer tells viewers, play my game and solve my puzzles and I'll lead you to 16 bodies one by one.
He promised to provide a clue every week until they located the victims, saying once all 16 bodies are found, you'll know exactly who I am. But he also added a warning for the police, don't try to chase me, don't try to catch me. Once this video went viral on YouTube, people wondered who this mystery man was. Was he a real criminal or was this all just a big joke? The only way to find out was to play his twisted game. It was obvious this mystery YouTuber knew what he was talking about. Every clue he gave was connected to an unsolved case, usually involving missing people.
Wow. These people on the internet.
In 2011, a man named Alan started a channel called Alan Tutorial, but he was teaching things that didn't make sense. The first video was titled How to Leak on a Piece of Paper. He explained what to do. Then he let liquid drip onto the paper. It wasn't clear if it was water or something else. That was the entire tutorial. But somehow the video went viral with over 1 million views. So Alan kept posting. He uploaded how to make mail into square, then how to make a windmill. Each tutorial was stranger than the last, and Alan never showed his face. Then one video made viewers fear he might be in real danger. In June 2011, Alan uploaded a new tutorial. Halfway through the video, a loud banging started off camera. Alan froze. He sounded scared as he spoke to whoever was banging on the door.
Who? Yeah? Doing tutorial. I'll be done in a minute.
But the pounding didn't stop. It got more aggressive. When viewers watched the video, they were concerned. Then someone noticed a strange tag on the video. It read, "Dad." Viewers wondered if this was a cry for help, but Alan didn't explain. He just uploaded another tutorial as if nothing was wrong. However, each new video became harder to understand. Alan's room started to change. His belongings were scattered across the floor.
Bro, what the hell going on with these internet people?
Soon after, he uploaded locked out of room tutorial. This time, he wasn't filming inside his room. It looked like Alan lost access to his home. For the next 2 months, Alan only filmed outdoors. He looked cold, hungry, and tired. He scavenged for food and water. Viewers felt like they were watching someone struggle in real time. In November 2013, the situation escalated again. Alan uploaded a new video. His face wasn't showing, but viewers could see his arms and legs, and they looked dirty. Not only that, it seemed Alan was filming from the back of a moving truck. At this point, viewers were worried. Some even thought Alan was kidnapped. Then in December 2014, Alan posted his final video. The clip showed him breaking through a wall. Then he crawled through the opening and escaped. After that, the uploads stopped. For years, no one understood what they witnessed on that channel. The mystery lasted until 2021. That's when filmmaker Alan Resnick revealed he was behind the channel. He explained what really happened.
It was very fun as a project for me to do. I didn't really tell anybody about it when I was doing it, and people just stumbled upon it.
He admitted that the Alan tutorial channel was performance art. That meant everything was staged.
And the reaction from that was what was so exciting, and that fueled me making more of it.
The channel posted 63 videos and pulled in 37 million views. It was strange, disturbing, and completely fake.
What do people be thinking about?
In August 2018, someone created a YouTube channel called David G. Sardison. Right away, people noticed something was off. The channel only had about 1,000 subscribers, but it somehow had over 8,000 videos. And all of those videos were posted within 2 years. That meant the person behind the channel uploaded about 11 videos a day. Most creators can't keep up with 1 video a week. Things got more mysterious when people actually watched the videos. They all looked similar. A TV was hanging on the wall, a show was playing, and someone was filming while lying in what seemed like a bed. The camera never moved. The room never changed. And the person recording never said a word. Most of the time, the TV show was Wheel of Fortune. It seemed like the channel was stuck posting different episodes of Wheel of Fortune. But one day, the videos started to change, and viewers finally understood what was really going on. From 2019, the new videos showed a different room. The walls were plain white. The light was brighter. A curtain divider stood beside the TV. It was obvious what kind of room this was.
That curtain next to the TV. A clear indication that David wasn't filming at a house anymore, and that he was likely filming from a hospital room.
Damn.
Once you see this, there's no going back. This is YouTuber named Boots Made for Crushing, who created a YouTube channel of him stomping on things and watching them break. This wasn't your so-called normal crushing video. This was something that genuinely he had a fetish for. So much, in fact, that he started a second channel to do even more crushing, infamously known as Boots666. On this new channel, he would create videos and post them of him stomping animals to death. This next part is extremely controversial because he was never banned. People started reaching out to YouTube to get this guy's channel taken down, and the only thing YouTube did was issue a strike, and then 4 months later he was able to post again. The next uploads that came after this were him crushing anything from frogs to large insects to snails. YouTube has never came out and publicly said anything about this guy's channel, but his videos are up to this day. People speculate the reason he was never taken down is because he was posting these videos as unlisted. If you're unfamiliar with how unlisted videos work, basically the only way you're able to actually view the video is if you were given the link itself. So he would use his Tumblr platform to post the video so people could directly access it. What are your thoughts on this? And make sure to like and follow for more true crime stories tomorrow.
He was crushing animals on camera?
Most websites want visitors. Mortis.com was the opposite. It wanted to keep people out. The homepage was plain, just a black screen with one word in white text, Mortis. Mortis means death in Latin. Why would anyone name their website Death? There was also a login box asking for a username and password, but how could anyone sign in if they didn't have an account? And there was no sign up button, no create account link, no way in at all. It was like a locked door with no keyhole. For years, the website just sat there. No updates, no changes, no sign of activity. Then in 2011, someone finally mentioned it on 4chan. Did anyone ever get into Mortis.com? That one question made the site go viral. 4chaners loved puzzles, and this one quickly became an obsession. First, hackers tried breaking into Mortis.com. They couldn't. Then they examined the website's source code. What they found was shocking.
Some of the individual files were as large as 39 gigabytes, and the total amount of data being hosted on the website was in the range of terabytes.
No one could figure out why a website with no public features was storing that much data. What was Mortis.com hiding? People tried everything to break in, even brute force applications. But the site was extremely hard to hack into, so they turned to domain records, searching for whoever registered the site. That's when they discovered a name. They began digging into Thomas Ling, hoping to find new ways to unlock the website. But no matter where they looked, the trail went nowhere.
More leads on the Thomas Ling name would lead to empty warehouses in remote regions across the globe.
The mystery seemed unsolvable. Then suddenly Thomas Ling himself showed up, and he was mad. Thomas found one of the chat rooms talking about Mortis.com, and he told everyone to leave him and his site alone.
What happened then? What the hell?
Thomas found one of the chat rooms talking about Mortis.com, and he told everyone to leave him and his site alone.
He allegedly demanded that the users stop trying to hack his website, and when pushed for an explanation on Mortis.com, claimed that the website was only used to host his wedding photos online.
No one believed he was the real Thomas Ling. To prove he was really the man behind the site, Thomas briefly changed the homepage of Mortis.com. Then, just as quickly, he switched it back. That confirmed he was the owner, but it did nothing to explain the massive files or the mystery behind the site. Then, in January 2025, someone figured it out. A Reddit post titled "The Mystery of the Website Mortis.com is Solved" revealed what was really behind the login screen. Mortis.com was a private server for storing pirated movies and large files shared within a small group. The post even included screenshots showing downloads coming directly from the site. After 15 years of theories, the truth was disappointingly simple. Mortis.com wasn't a dark conspiracy. It was just a place where a guy shared movies with his friends. In 2012, a man named Randy Prozac launched a website called sentimentalcorp.org. The homepage showed a couple sitting on a couch watching TV. On the screen, the word nothing glowed faintly, but the site was anything but nothing. According to Randy, the videos on his site contained sounds that could control minds. To understand why he believed that, you first have to know who Randy was. Before Sentimental Corp, Randy worked with mental health patients in Alberta, Canada. These were people with serious psychological issues. His goal was to find a new way to treat them. That's when he began testing a form of therapy called psychodrama. 3 times a week, Randy invited patients into his home. Behind closed doors, they acted out their deepest fears and darkest impulses like actors on a stage. Randy filmed every session. Soon he had hundreds of hours of disturbing footage. The sessions got more intense than anyone expected. Sometimes it ended in tears. Sometimes it ended in anger. A few times it ended in violence. Eventually, the program collapsed. Authorities ordered all of Randy's tapes destroyed, but Randy reportedly smuggled out the recordings before they could be burned. Those tapes became the foundation of sentimentalcorp.org. By July 2012, Randy launched his website and began uploading footage from the psychodrama sessions. By July 2012, Randy launched his website and began uploading footage from the psychodrama sessions. He added a chilling disclaimer.
By playing this psychological audio cassette, you'll be exposed to mind control technology that may cause permanent destruction of cognitive personality.
But instead of scaring people off, the warning only drew in more. There were videos with hypnotic sounds and flashing imagery. Visitors described the content as haunting and addictive. Some said they felt dizzy after watching. Even Randy himself admitted that you would have to be a sort of a magician to navigate the site. Over time, thousands of people stumbled across Sentimental Corp. Online forums filled with theories about the tapes, their purpose, and Randy's claims of mind control. The site still exists today, but many of the psychodrama clips have vanished. No one knows whether Randy removed them himself or something else happened.
All right, guys, that was another TikTok compilation, man. That was a lot of weird stuff with YouTube and videos and websites and all that type of stuff going on. Like, I don't know what the hell people be thinking about smashing and crushing animals and stuff online. Like, I don't know what's on. I don't know what people be on. You made it this far, you a real one for real. Make sure you put that in the comments. Like I said, I got a TikTok playlist. If you into this stuff, you can binge watch, but hey, proceed with caution. It's a lot of weird stuff, man. But till next time, self-love and positivity. Fire Squad, I got you and you know it.